Hello, friends. There was a rabbit who lived near a busy road. Every day he would see cars rushing by and honking their horns. One day the rabbit saw a little kitten sitting by the side of the road. The kitten looked very scared and was meowing loudly. The rabbit was very surprised because he had never seen a cat around here before. So he went up to the kitten and asked, "What's wrong? Why are you sitting by the road?" The kitten said, "I was playing with my friends near the road and I got scared when a car passed by. Now I can't find my way home and I'm too scared to go back there." The rabbit thought for a moment. "Well, where do you live?" the rabbit finally asked. "I live at the end of this road, in the first house with a blue door," the kitten replied. The rabbit knew that place well. It wasn't far away. "Well, then let's get going," said the rabbit. But just then a mean man came walking by. He picked the kitten up and said, "So you're lost, huh? Well, don't worry, little kitty. I'll take care of you." The rabbit knew this man. He often walked by this road and did bad things to animals. The rabbit couldn't allow that man to hurt the kitten. So even though he was afraid, he stood in front of the man and blocked his way. "Let the kitten go," the rabbit said bravely. The man was very surprised to see a rabbit standing in front of him so bravely. He had never seen anything like this before. Well, a rabbit who talks," the man said, laughing. "This is going to be fun," he added, and he picked the rabbit up. The rabbit struggled to free himself from the man's grasp, but it was no use. He was too strong. The man took the rabbit and the kitten with him. They walked together for a while in silence. Then the man stopped and said to the rabbit, "You know, I've always wanted to have a pet rabbit, and you look like you'd make a fine pet. I'll take you home and keep you as a pet. And as for this little kitty," he added, looking at the kitten, "I guess I'll just have to find him a good home." The rabbit felt bad for the kitten, but he couldn't do anything about it. When they arrived at the man's house, he opened the door and went inside without even taking the rabbit out of his jacket. The rabbit took this chance. While the man wasn't paying attention, he hopped out of his jacket and ran away as fast as he could. He didn't stop running until he reached the forest. Out of breath, the rabbit sat down on a nearby tree stump. He was very happy to be away from that man, but he couldn't help but feel sad for the kitten. At that moment, a little girl came hopping by. She was skipping happily and singing a little song. The rabbit was very surprised to see a human being in the forest, so he quickly hid behind a tree. The girl noticed the rabbit's ears and asked, "Where are you, little rabbit? Come out and play with me." The rabbit stayed quiet. He didn't want to come out. The girl didn't insist. She simply sat down on a tree stump nearby and started humming a tune. The rabbit couldn't help but hop closer. He had never heard such beautiful music before. The girl finished her song and noticed the rabbit. "Oh, hello, little rabbit," she said with a smile. "Would you like to come out and play with me?" The rabbit hesitated for a moment, but then he decided to trust her. He hopped closer and sniffed her hand. The girl was very happy. She always loved animals and dreamed of having a pet rabbit, but her parents were allergic to rabbits, so she couldn't have one. When she saw this wild rabbit, she got very excited. They played together for hours. The girl was so happy to have a friend to play with, and the rabbit was happy to have found such a nice and kind girl. When the sun started going down, the girl knew it was time to go home. She hugged the rabbit goodbye and promised to come back the next day. The rabbit waited until the girl was out of sight before hopping back into the forest. He had had so much fun playing with her. He couldn't wait for the next day to come.